There are fans that are desperate of wanting a good guy to win the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. Most of the fans have a favorite GTS star, and most of them said Grim is their favorite wrestler, simply because he's the fat man that runs the brand and he starts his own YouTube channel called Silly Super Pop and The Grim Experience. The man is the founder and the chairman of GTS Wrestling, otherwise known as Grim's Toy Show Wrestling. The fat man books every match on the card, and the fat man who decides to put himself over just because he doesn't lay down for anybody. Where you see, people may have the same or different reasons why Grim should win the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship, but I could find any reasons why he should win it again. Just so you know, I'm not rooting for Grim to win the title. I just found some various reasons why he should win it, and in this video, you're listening to an unbiased talker. So, here are the top 5 reasons why Grim should win the YouTube title. Number 5, bringing credibility to the title. Well, you see, the YouTube title is one of the most prestigious titles in GTS Wrestling, and the fans would say that they would love to hold the top title one day. But hey, there are fans, especially little Grimmies, who would love to see Grim win back the YouTube title again, much like the fans would love to see John Cena win the WWE Championship. And they would trust him to win it back because he's well known for being dedicated to professional wrestling. Same goes for Grim, and it's always his passion. The man wants to make money, and the championship goes around his waist or his shoulder. So he decides that other than going after the mid-card titles, he would go after the top golden belt, which is either the GTS Championship or most importantly, the YouTube Championship. But hey, he's the only one who's one of the greatest YouTube champions in GTS Wrestling. You can name other wrestlers who were the greatest YouTube champions of all time, with the likes of Doo-Hop, Kurt Bale, Hollywood Hooligan, Pete Corvus, and among others. Fun fact, he has held the YouTube title for over 1,000 combined days, next to one of the great WWE champions who have held the title for over 1,000 combined days, with the likes of Bruno Sammartino, Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and John Cena. Number 4, fresh booking options. You see, if Grim becomes the YouTube champion, we would know for sure that every GTS stars will be in line for challenging the fat man for the YouTube title. Sometime Grim would ask anyone to accept his open challenge for the YouTube title, or ask anyone if he needs some bigger challenge or a competition for the YouTube title. Maybe he could have some dream matches that he can fight for his YouTube title in the future. One day we could see one of Grim's dream matches, like challenging one of his favorite opponents for the YouTube title. Example like Tommy Moose, Violence, or any former WWE superstars like Al Snow or Tommy Dreamer, who is one of the ECW originals. But hey, we will most likely going to see him wrestle in a dream match at SWF in the near future. Number 3, biggest favorite on the show. You see, without GTS Wrestling or even Grim himself, every GTS stars on the roster will never exist on YouTube. I could be wrong, or mostly right, cause some of the GTS stars who have already been famous in the past. Although without GTS fans around the world, Grim won't be as big as he is currently right now, but you should know for a fact that he created the YouTube channel from Super Pop videos to action figure videos to wrestling skit videos to backyard wrestling videos to an actual reality wrestling show on the internet. He's the man who came up with the name for his title belt, considering that he has full of collection of action figures and makes action figure videos on YouTube, and that's how he became the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Champ. And he is also one of the top babyface in GTS right now. Obviously you know that, even though he's been teasing a heel turn a lot lately. Fun fact, he's the first man to hold the YouTube title from an old WWE Championship belt design to the current YouTube Championship belt design. Number 2, stabilizing the main event scene on GTS. Everyone wants to be in the main event or headline the show. If you're a bigger star in GTS, then you will most likely going to be headlining the show, but that's not the case. If you're the challenger for the top GTS title or the current top GTS champion, then you will most likely going to main event the show, despite the fact that there are some episodes that only had one match or two, or even some events that feature a YouTube title match in the middle of the show or open the show. If only there's an event like Sucker Slam, Solid Steel Series, Grimomania, and other pay-per-view shows / pre-per-view show, might I add, then the main event should always be the YouTube Championship match or the GTS Championship match. Sometimes it's always stupid to have a mid-card title or a special single match headlining the match because it will make the YouTube title look less prestige. And in that case, if Grim becomes the YouTube champion, then he needs to make sure that his YouTube title match is being headlined rather than opening a show like the one that he had a match with Vlad at No Money, or even stuck in the middle of the show. That way we will see Grim as the main eventer once again, even though that we've seen Grim as a main eventer countless of times. But hey, another fun fact, the main event will always be the last match of the event. And number 1, break Ric Flair's world title record. Ric Flair is a 16-time world champion. Oh wait, he's not the only one. John Cena is also the 16-time world champion. Just because there's a chance that he could break Ric Flair's world title record doesn't mean that it's the end of the world for Ric Flair, because Ric Flair will certainly be more proud to see John Cena as the 17-time world champion. Meanwhile, in GTS, out of every YouTube title reign, Grim has the most reigns of the YouTube Championship for 16 times, and we could definitely going to see Grim as the 17-time world champion, or the YouTube champion, might I add. May I remind you that some of his YouTube title reign didn't last long, like the last time he held it on the day before Christmas, which is the event called Christmas Chaos, where every GTS title are on the line. But hey, if his 17th YouTube title run didn't last long, then it's better for him to make history. And here's the last fun fact of the day. Grim has held the YouTube title for over 400 days when he was the inaugural YouTube champion. And people might have thought that there could be one person who can surpass the longest reigning champion in the future. But the fact that people wanted to hold on to the YouTube title for much longer, there wouldn't be any possible that anyone would ever break the new record, because some of them may not hold on to the title much longer, in which case people, including the viewers, wouldn't want to see the YouTube champ surpassing over a year in GTS wrestling. Sure, a YouTube champ can always be a fighting champ. However, compared to the other wrestling companies like WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's a different story right there. In GTS wrestling, well, it's not possible to see anyone who's going to hold on to the current active GTS title belts for over 200 days. There hasn't been a different GTS star who has held on to the title belt for over 200 days in GTS, except for Grim. However, as for the YouTube title, there's nobody on the roster where anyone will ever surpass most reign of 16 times, or even anyone will ever pass 400 days nor 365 days a year as the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Champion. That's all I got for right now. If there's any other reasons why Grim should win the YouTube title again, let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And stay tuned for 5 reasons why Grim should not win the YouTube title. For those of you who don't like watching Grim as the YouTube champion again, let me know in the comments below and tell me why he should not be the YouTube champion again. Until then, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe for more content. Tap that little bell so you don't want to miss the latest video. And as always, peace and good day.